Why are you doing that pose while wearing the Seth Rollins t-shirt?
Boo all you want to. This is my yard now.
God damn it.
Alright everybody, once again, welcome to the wonderful review show of the High and Beyond, featuring yours truly, the Punisher, reviewing Raw as always, and later on the Beast's turn for the 8+ show, SmackDown. So let's talk about some business with Raw this week. First thing is we saw BRAUUNN come out here out to the ring and saying the fact like he's not finished messing with everybody in the Raw roster, which leads to Angle coming out here and telling him, you're not messing with anybody on the show, and for all I care, you can take the night off. BRAUUNN still doesn't care for that, and he's still doing his rampage backstage with everybody in sight. Then, next match we have is Joe versus Chris Jericho, which led to Joe defeating Jericho with Seth Rollins at ringside for commentary. Then we also have the Club versus Enzo and Cass, which the Club wound up getting the W. However, the finish just looked a little bit weak, but oh well, it's only a tag match. Then we also had Dean on Miz TV, and then them going back and forth with their exchanges, calling out on each other's personas, which basically kind of the same thing we already got on SmackDown, so this feud seems to be like a revamped version of it. Then we also saw Perkins versus Gallagher, which led to Perkins getting the W on Gallagher, and then we also had Austin Aries and Neville be outside ringside to watch the match itself too, which at one point looked like Austin Aries was trying to get the upper hand on Perkins, but didn't go as planned. And then we also had a backstage segment with Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, with Titus making an interesting offer to Apollo Crews backstage about aligning with him, which I'm not sure how the story will go, but I'm hoping that whatever they do with Apollo Crews on Raw, let's just give him a meaningful direction. Then we also had the wonderful women's fatal 4-way for the #1 contendership, featuring Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. Before the match took place, we saw some video packages featuring what each woman has done in their career for WWE with their dominance and all that. And then we also saw that Alexa Bliss got the W over Sasha Banks. Here's what I was a little bit on the surprised side with, is that one, I'm surprised that Sasha Banks still hasn't had a chance for the Women's Championship, but here's my two things on it. One, I thought Nia was going to win the match for a minute, but wound up becoming Alexa Bliss. And second of all, with Sasha Banks not winning this match, my only two guesses are either Vince still isn't so high on Sasha Banks, or they're saving this feud for a much later, bigger time, such as SummerSlam, kind of like what they had for NXT in Brooklyn. So either way, I do want to see this feud between Sasha and Bayley at some point, so let's hope this happens. Then we also saw Finn Balor take on Kurt Hawkins, which led to a squash match, which was a pretty good match by Finn Balor, although it was a very quick one, so a good way of trying to build a guy up after being away from the ring for so long. Then we also saw Jeff Hardy take on Cesaro in a singles match, which led to be a very good match. However, they had an interesting handshake at the end, which kind of gave you the impression, are Sheamus and Cesaro going to sneak attack the Hardys? But in this case, it did not happen, so okay. And last but not least, we also saw Big Show take on Braun Strowman in a no contest match. While earlier in the evening, Braun Strowman was also taking out Kalisto and some other wrestlers backstage too out of nowhere. But then here's the big moment that occurred in the ring. So as Braun and Big Show were both on the turnbuckle ready to do a suplex, the next thing you know, the entire ring collapsed so hard I have never seen before. Just almost like the insane ring collapse we had between Henry and Big Show back at a pay-per-view in fall 2011. And quite frankly, I don't know what's more insane, this ring collapse or the one back in 2011. So, alright guys, well, now it's time for the A+ show. Believe that. His yard now.
I know it's only meant for Raw, but this is coming from the A+ show. That was awesome. That ring break was awesome. Even though it's the third time I saw it, it was awesome though. It's fair. Because
Brock and Big Show.
Yeah.
Brock and Big Show.
That was the best one. I feel like that was the best one. But y'all know who it is, the Beast with the A+ show for y'all. And what we coming with today is, of course, Charlotte kicking off the night. And Charlotte wanted to make it clear that she's a Flair, which means she gets to skip the line and she wants the #1 contendership for that women's title. Naomi wasn't having that. So she came in the ring and let her know, I mean, you could come for this title, but you're going to get that work. So they just started brawling and brawling and brawling until Shane McMahon came out and just said, look, here's what's going to happen. Y'all two going to have a match. And if Charlotte won, she gets the #1 contendership. So that's what we got. But before we got to that, we kicked off the night, oddly enough, for the first match of the night, to be the #1 contendership for the WWE Championship between Jinder Mahal, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Mojo Rawley. And oddly enough, the wild card won, Jinder Mahal. Now, I know that behind the scenes, WWE just recently made a deal with India. So I feel like that, of course, was the reason why they made him #1 contender. But other than that, to me, it's like, why? You have Sami Zayn, the underdog, who could just simply finally get what he deserved after so long. Or you could have Luke Harper bringing back an old rivalry just to try to come for that one title that's been eluding him because he's been so close. He's been so close. And then we have Mojo Rawley, who is one of my favorites. I don't know why Punisher don't like him, but he's one of my favorites. But he could have even won that, you know. If Mojo, even if he didn't win, give him a chance. But they built the wild card of Jinder Mahal, and thanks to the help of the Bollywood boys, he was saved by one mean haluva kick. So, do I feel like I can take him serious? I don't know. If Jinder can impress me on the road towards on the road towards his matchup, I'll take him seriously. Until then, we will see. And now back to our beginning process of Flair against Naomi. They actually had a great match. It wasn't all started wise, but you still could tell that from how the match went. If they have a match again, which we're going to, because Flair won, it seems like there's going to be a lot more spots that they can kick off with a way higher process. So, you know, we just got to wait and see. Then we got Promo. I call this kid Promo. Primo and Epico Cologne taking on the American Alpha. American Alpha wanted their revenge after getting attacked. But here's the thing that's funny to me. You got the Colognes coming back fresh in their gimmick to where they're not even gimmick-wise, they're just themselves. But why are they still wearing their Shining Stars outfit?
Puerto Rico. Oh.
Anyway, pretty much Primo Epico won the match, and it was a good match.
Wait, hold on, what?
Epico and Primo won.
They actually won a fucking match?
Yes.
Like, seriously?
Yes. They beat American Alpha.
What?
It wasn't 100% fair, of course, because there was the heels.
Oh, okay. Because that scared me.
But he did win. Like, I mean, they did win. But yeah, if they're going to continue this whole, we are now the Colognes ourselves, how about change the tights? I don't think we need to know we were Shining Stars if you're not trying to sell us any more trips to Puerto Rico.
We don't want none. No timeshares.
If I wanted to go to Puerto Rico, goddammit, I got some friends that will bring me down there because I need to go with somebody who knows where I'm going. But I know where this is going. Kevin Owens decides to give a Face of America open challenge. He's really trying to prove to you that he is the face of America, even though he is from Canada.
Man, that's like saying I'm the face of America, but I'm legit off the border of Africa, bro. Like, come on, son. And I'm dark as shit, so you can see me from a mile away in the lighttime.
You can tell that's Cairo, so I don't have to explain exactly who that is. But yes, he gave him a match against Gary Gandhi.
Don't know who the fuck are you, homie?
A jobber who is from, where was the show at?
What, Louisville, Kentucky? No, not Louisville, Kentucky. It was somewhere else.
wherever it was.
Wherever
Pretty much the jobber was from there, and the jobber lost in 30 seconds because Kevin Owens was showing why he's the face of America. And right after he did that, he decided to join commentary for our main event. Baron Corbin against AJ Styles, which the match was a pretty awesome match.
I love that match.
I didn't know how. I mean, Corbin's been slowly impressing me, but I didn't think he was going to be that good.
I mean, look, man, you talking about the winner of one of the Andre the Giant Battle Royale Memorial shits. And you know, as soon as somebody win that shit, they get a push. Minus the Big Show.
Yeah.
Minus the Big Show because he didn't need that push.
I realized that too. He didn't even get a push, and all that he wasn't even the first winner. The first
Does prove
winner
my
was
point.
Cesaro.
Cesaro, exactly.
Man, Cesaro deserves more.
Yes, he does. But I hope he. As much as it pains me to say this, I hope the Hardys lose their titles at Payback, so Cesaro and Sheamus can actually get that prestige. I mean, nigga, we seen the Hardys have so many damn titles, bro. Come on, son. It's a new era, bro. Even Sheamus said it. Yo, we better than the Attitude Era. Let's do this shit.
Now back to the show, because we're going to continue to be off topic, because Kyra had to just pour out his heart right there.
Of course.
Anyway, the match ended out in the count out. It was a great match. A good turn up. I definitely could see a rivalry between these two for the time being until we figure out who is the official United States champion. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We still working on it. We still doing everything like we always do. I am the Beast. That's been the Punisher. The guy in the background was Cairo.
That's right.
Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Bye bye.
Bro, haunt your dreams.
Why?